the sun peeking through here at Mewborn Field after a rainy afternoon, but we're going to get this game in as ACC softball has a non-conference matchup between Georgia Tech and Kennesaw State as the Owls, coming off a weekend victory over Troy, traveled 21 miles south to visit Georgia Tech in this series. You see that Georgia Tech leads 23-10, 34th meeting overall. Nathan McCreary and Brandon Joseph bringing you this one as these two teams just a few miles apart up I-75, and it's been an interesting series. This has been an interesting season for Emma Kauf, the senior.
Yeah, Emma Kauf, who had a home run and 2 RBI this past weekend in the ACC Big Ten Challenge. She's so pivotal with her bat, but behind the plate also, she is the master class of this pitching staff for the Yellow Jackets.
And for Kennesaw State, number 99, a fifth-year senior out of Canton, Georgia, it's Tyler Cates.
Yeah, Cates, you want to keep her off the base path. 5 for 5, stealing wise, and listen, she gets hit, she gets on, she gets over. She's okay with taking a walk, 5-run score, and that's going to be really big for Trip McKay's offense tonight. Is getting them on the base path, and players like Emma Cates getting to second base.
No doubt about it as we take a look at the starting lineup for the Kennesaw State Owls. It's full of graduate students, fifth years. You see Cates there and Bailey. Faith Alexander leading off, some lefties in this lineup here for the Owls.
Yeah, one player who isn't playing is Pacey Villa. She is the power for the Kennesaw State Owls. Came into the series 467, not dressed out tonight for the Owls, so they're going to have to supplement her ability to get on base and the power that she brings to this lineup.
They'll be facing the transfer from Michigan out of Suwanee, Georgia, Chandler Dennis. Her last outing was a loss against Illinois. She threw 2 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, walk, and a strikeout for her. Looks to kind of get some momentum here in the midweek.
Yeah, she's looking to get back into the circle after a tough ACC Big Ten Challenge weekend. 8 innings pitched, gave up 6 runs, 4 of them earned, only 5 strikeouts, uncharacteristic of Chandler Dennis, so she looks to right the ship tonight against Kennesaw State.
The Owls come in at 3-5 overall. Georgia Tech 4-5 overall. You mentioned that ACC Big Ten Challenge. Boy, what a weekend that was. Tough competition for this Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket squad, and they found it tough picking up wins.
Yeah, it was really tough consistently to get hits for the Owls, but when the bats were there, the pitching kind of let them down. It was just a story of that when they got great pitching, the bats were unable to get on base consistently, but that's the early season. That's what you're trying to work out before you get to ACC play. And for the Yellow Jackets, it's a big weekend, and immediately to come back and still be home and to play again against a grouping of players that a lot of these girls know very well because they played, whether it was high school or AAU ball together. It's fun for that, but also a way to kind of right some of the ills of the weekend before you go on the road for a big tournament coming up for the Yellow Jackets.
Batting first is Faith Alexander, the shortstop senior, 192 on the season. And she'll see the first pitch, and we'll open this up with a strike from Chandler Dennis.
And that was really big for Chandler Dennis in the ACC Big Ten Challenge first pitch. Missed the zone a lot on her first pitch. Now, tonight, we'll see if she can get a better command of the zone. Always be on the offensive, be on the attack, and stay ahead in counts.
Slapped foul. Turns into a beautiful evening. It's in the high 60s. It's rained all day long, on and off again. As a matter of fact, about 40 minutes ago, it was a downpour here on Taco Tuesday at Mewborn Field. They got taco trucks here.
Yeah, credit to all the staff and facilities and grounds crew here at Mewborn Field. You would not have known how bad it was coming down earlier. And also all of our camera guys and girls out there setting up the cameras in the rain as well. So it takes a village to bring you ACC softball here.
And to start on time, as we've got a 0-2 count to Alexander. Dennis delivers. Again, slapped foul. Alexander out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and Gordon Lee High School.
And for Chandler Dennis, 2 strikes. Has use of the whole zone, doesn't necessarily have to throw a strike and throw something a little off the plate, see if she can get a chase here. But this is totally different than what we saw, had her her early in the challenge this past weekend.
Trying to get her chase the 0-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top of the first. This one just underway between Kennesaw State. The Owls out of the A-Sun Conference, soon to be in the Conference USA in 2024 as all their sports are making the move. Swing and a miss and strike out for Dennis.
Yeah, the benefit of getting up in the count, 0-2 in the count after 2 pitches, fouling off a couple. That ball really did set up that strikeout there for Chandler Dennis. As we take a look at the Yellow Jacket defense, Auburn Dupree is going to be very critical out there in center field. These outfielders as a whole are going to be pivotal because Kennesaw State, they like to stretch singles into doubles, and anything that gets down in that wet infield could send a ride out there in the outfield.
First pitch to Stella Henry. The freshman is off the plate. Ball 1 for her. Henry out of Trenton, Georgia, and Dade County High School. Takes ball 2. Just batting 100, making her 4th start of the season. Looking for her 2nd hit in her young college career. There's a beauty for Dennis. 2 balls, 1 strike.
For Dennis here, this was the pitch, this 2-1 count that got her into a lot of trouble, giving up a lot of hits there. Want to get a strike, want to try to level the count.
Slapped over the glove of Dennis, and having to hurry is Conley, and she fires over to Hughes, is playing first base this afternoon. So 4-3 in the book. Out number 2. Here comes Taylor Cates. Lots of hubbub around this young lady. Mentioned 5th-year senior, 333. 2nd on the team in hits. 1st on the team in doubles.
And by getting the 2 outs early, not having to worry about runners on, you can kind of pitch Taylor Cates any way you so choose if you're Chandler Dennis. Definitely don't want to get the ball out over the plate. Allow her to drive the ball to any of the gaps there so you can pitch inside. If you're going to be away, be off the plate, see if she's willing to chase and use her aggression against her. If not, 2 outs, you feel okay about her getting on.
Here's the 1-0. Nice frame up there by Kauf. As Dennis will get the call. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs.
You want that pitch away. You can go back there if you want if you're Chandler Dennis, but that may be the strike 3 location that she wants the strike 3 pitch.
Stretches the zone just a little bit too far. 2-1.
That was a swing pitch right there. See if she was locked in and just determined to defend or go after anything that was away. Now I expect to see working her way back towards the inside part of the plate.
Comes inside. 3-1 on a tough out.
Yeah, the walk isn't the worst thing in the world here if you're Chandler Dennis. You know her game when she gets on base, so rather put her at first and you have the potential to throw her out at second, then throw a bad pitch here and let her get the second on a ball in the gap.
And there's ball 4. So first base runner for the Owls, and here comes Brenia Bailey, senior out of Loganville, Georgia, in Grayson High School. Bailey 304 on the season. She also is tied for 2nd in hits with 7. She owns a pair of RBIs as well.
So I expect the battery of Dennis and Kauf to be very judicious about going inside. If you're going to go inside, That's the pitch that Cates wants to run on. Anything away, it's easy for Calf to catch and throw down to second base. So it's just that gamesmanship at play here.
That ball is sent deep out towards. Wow, that ball's gone. 2-run shot for Bailey. And a no-doubter off the bat. Crushed.
Yeah, taking a look at the pitch here from Dennis. Away, but not away enough. And Bailey was able to use the wrist and the power to drive that out. And the ball kind of slicing away from Vukadinovic just shows the type of hit that was. That wasn't the cleanest of hit. Got that more off the inner part of the ball. That's why it takes that slice away from Vukadinovic as she's going back.
So here's Kiera Cooper. First home run of the season for Bailey. The Owls out to a 2-0 lead with 2 outs. Cooper 320 on the season. She leads the team in hits with 8. Chases that one. 0-2. Ground ball, Conley on to first, and that'll do it for Kennesaw State. But a long ball by Bailey puts the Owls up 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the first. The turned into a beautiful afternoon as youngsters are out enjoying Georgia Tech and Kennesaw State. As we'll take a look at the Jackets lineup here this afternoon. See freshman Vukadinovic leading things off for the Jackets. Sarah Beth Allen has been crushing the ball, Brandon. You got a chance to see that this weekend.
Yeah, Sarah Beth Allen, all she did in the ACC Big Ten Challenge, 3 home runs and 4 RBI. Going 4 for 11. A huge outing for Kennesaw State.
Lindsey Kite, the senior out of Fortson, Georgia, is in the circle for Kennesaw State out of Harris County High School. She last pitched versus Troy, 2 2/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, did not give up an earned run. No walks, 3 strikeouts. You see her numbers there on the season, last season rather. This season she's got a 3.50 ERA and 1-2 win-loss record. Facing the freshman, Vukadinovic.
Yeah, the certified #2 arm for the Owls and Trip McKay. Melody Bennett's probably going to be that #1, another senior pitcher for Kennesaw State.
That ball's sharply hit towards center field, but right at Henry. Take a look around the horn for the Owls. There's Bailey, hit the home run there in the top of the first. Hardman, Cates, and Alexander on the infield. Miller, Henry, and Cooper. On the outfield, Stacy Deputy behind the home plate. And first pitch to Emma Kauf is inside, ball 1. Kauf 261 on the season. 6 hits, 1 double, and 2 home runs. If you're the Jackets, you want to get something back here after falling down 2-0 early.
Yeah, you don't need to get it all back. You more want to establish that you will have runners on the base path. You don't want Kennesaw State to feel confident about having a shutdown inning after scoring 2 and locking in that 2-0 lead. You want to get runners on, try to get them over, threaten a little bit to let Kennesaw State know that it's 2's not going to be enough tonight, and try to force them to labor some either at the plate or use that potential to score runs against Kennesaw State's defense and force, whether it's Kite or anybody else out of the Kennesaw State bullpen, to have to execute in terms of hitting the marks, hitting the zone, and not missing out over the plate.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Kauf. 1 out in the inning. Kauf, all ACC player, and that's going to be sent towards center field, and a single for catcher Emma Kauf.
Yeah, not doing too much. Drops the bat head on the ball. Ball slicing away.
All right, here's Sarah Beth Allen, the designated player. The junior appeared in 25 games last year as a designated player. Leads the team in home runs. 3 straight days this weekend. When they needed a hit, Allen delivered. 1-0 count. Kauf on first. And tails inside. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, we saw this after her second home run. This past weekend, Illinois made it a point. They didn't want to leave anything out over the plate for Sarah Beth Allen, so they would rather walk her than let her hit another home run, and they messed up and let her hit a home run on Sunday.
The throw down to second base is going to be not in time as Kauf steals second. Give Kauf her 4th stolen base of the season. She's 4 for 4.
Yeah, that's just the battery worried so much about Sarah Beth Allen. Everything being thrown inside makes it really tough for the catcher.
That's a good pitch.
And the reason why it's really tough for the catcher tonight, if you take a look behind the plate at Deputy. Deputy is a left-handed thrower. So she catches across her body on the inside pitch to Sarah Beth Allen, makes it really tough to pull the glove back to get the ball into the hand and then try to make the throw.
Allen sharply hits one up the third base line. Kauf will score easily, and it's a 1-run game as Allen delivers an RBI single. She continues to have the hot bat here.
Yeah, just left that one out over the plate. Again, if you're going to throw it to Sarah Beth Allen, you need to make sure it's inside or away. And Sarah Beth Allen, that's a great piece of hitting there to pull it inside the bag at third base. And McAuliffe scores easily after stealing second base.
Here's Mallory Black standing in, the junior. Spent most of last season as the leadoff hitter. Now in the number 4 spot. Batting .292 on the season. 7 hits, 1 double, 3 home runs, tied with the team lead, second on the team rather. No, tied for the team lead. She's launched 3.
2 RBIs this past weekend as well for Mallory Black.
It's got a 2-0 count. Allen's at first. 1 out in the inning, and there's a get him over strike.
Yeah, that pitch from Kite was effectively what we would see as a 3-0 pitch there, 2-0, not wanting to fall behind. 3-0, knowing that for Georgia Tech and Mallory Black can use that power to hit it to a gap.
That was a good pitch, came in on her hands. Kept it over the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes now with just 1 out. And a run in for the Jackets. They trail 2-1. Oh, and that comes inside and hits her. Try to go back. And Black will take her base.
Yeah, that's the second time Mallory Black's been hit by a pitch, but that's frustrating for Kite as well because she did everything she needed to do to get back into the count. Falling behind 2-0, get it leveled at 2-2, trying to make the pitch inside. It hits Mallory Black, and now the tying run is at second base for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, Grace Conley will bat. She's got some pop. She's going to send it out towards center field on the first pitch, however, and in her tracks is Henry putting it away for out number 2. So first pitch, aggressive swing there by Conley.
Yeah, it's the right approach from Conley. After falling behind to Mallory Black and then hitting her, you knew that Kite was going to want to stay ahead in the count.
Here's Madison Dobbins, the sophomore, 333, leads all hitters for the Jackets. Two runners on, 2 outs. Georgia Tech does not want to waste this opportunity. It's a solo shot by Bailey in the top of the first for Kennesaw State. A generated run by a pair of hits, Calvin Allen. There's ball 2 to Dobbins.
And now using that approach to Mallory Black, I wonder if Eileen Morales is going to allow Madison Dobbins to have a little bit more of aggression, be able to pick a spot, and if the pitch is there, go after it.
They get the call on the outside edge. Two balls, one strike. Make it 3-1. Beg your pardon. Here we go. Way off the plate. Ball 4. Not even close.
Yeah, she only had a finite number of places to go.
So you've loaded the bases, and here's Abby Hughes. She has not recorded an at-bat this season. You've got a visit to the mound.
Crystal Hampton, their pitching assistant coach.
Gonna have a talk with Kite rather. Trip McKay picked up his 100th win against Troy this weekend. Just the second coach in Kennesaw State history to do that. Scott Whitlock, who was there 30 years and then retired. They had a couple of coaches there, including Pete D'Amore, who's the head coach at Virginia Tech right now. Took this Kennesaw State team to the NCAA Regional ASUN Championship before being hired by the Hokies. Trip McKay took the Owls to the NCAA Regional in 2021, trying to get back there here in 2023. All right, here's Abby Hughes, has not had an at-bat this season. She takes her first pitch strike.
Yeah, Hughes actually came in the 6th inning of the finale on Sunday against Illinois as a defensive replacement.
Yeah, she's a junior. She's going to have her first hit of the season and her first RBI. Give her 2. Throw back to second, not in time, and the Jackets have answered the Owls here and take the lead 3-2.
First pitch after having a conversation on the mound, you know that's going to be a strike. It's going to be the best pitch. Left the ball just low out over the plate. Abby Hughes able to extend the hands. Drop the bat head on it, drive it right through that 5-5 hole in between shortstop and third base.
3 hits in the inning for the Jackets, including a hit by pitch and a walk. Now a bunt up the first base line. It's a tough one. Scoop is going to get the runner. She drops the ball at first base, however. And now you got a runner at third base, now in a pickle. Play at Home is going to record the final out of the first inning. So a little excitement as the Jackets answer the Owls. 3 runs here in the first. We head to the second. Jackets lead 3-2. Saw Trip McKay earlier. He's in his 5th season here at Kennesaw State. Doing a great job. His Owls 3-5. We mentioned a 100th win on Sunday versus Troy. And you come to a mid-major like this, you get a chance to take the program to a regional tournament. That ain't nothing there. Great job for him coming in, taking over the program from Pete D'Amore, who also took this Owl squad to the regional. And he's came in, has had to deal with a COVID thing and just getting this team back with its feet underneath him.
Yeah, and he has a championship pedigree as well. Was an assistant at OU, the great OU softball program, winning the national championship with them in 2013.
All right, here is Stacy Deputy, the freshman, leading things off for Kennesaw State. 304 on the season. Facing Chandler Dennis. Dennis looked like a good pitch, called ball 2. Donald Maddox behind home plate, calling balls and strikes. Sean Shoemaker and Ricky Sexton. officials, this umpires this afternoon. That one's way off the plate, 3-0. Chandler Dennis takes a long walk around the circle. I think she wanted that second pitch, and it's frustrated her a bit.
Yeah, I think the approach now for Chandler Dennis, and this is what has been frustrating for her, is hitting that reset button when she falls behind in the count. And she's a very accomplished pitcher, but it's just finding that rhythm, finding that groove there when you're behind in the count. And early on in the season, it's tough for some players to find that rhythm and groove, and I think that's where she's at right now.
Strike comes inside. Deputy didn't think so.
That's twice Stacy Deputy has thought it was ball 4 and taken consecutive strikes. Just as a hitter now, you got to defend anything that's close.
Yep, 3-2. She's going to pop it up in the air. Dennis will give way to Mallory Black, who puts it away for out number 1.
And that's the kind of sequence that really builds confidence for Chandler Dennis. Down in the count, 3-0, was able to battle back, get 2 really good strikes, and then the pop out there.
Here's Bella Galloway standing in. Galloway, sophomore, 111 batting average. Sophomore out of Campbell High School in Smyrna, Georgia. Also the alma mater of Julia Roberts.
There's a fun fact.
Probably. No, it is. Played 43 games last year, starting 40 in her freshman campaign. Takes ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out here in the inning. Jackets answered Kennesaw State in the first with a 3 spot to the Owls' 2 runs on Bailey's home run.
And now all of a sudden, if you're Kennesaw State, you're forced to be in the position to have to respond. You get the 2 runs on the home run by Brianna Bailey, and you feel confident, and then you concede 3, and now all of a sudden your bats are up there trying to prevent Georgia Tech from having a shutdown in and lock in their 1-run lead.
Fouls that one off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Madison Miller waits on deck.
And this is where we're going to see the confidence of Chandler Dennis. The 1-2 count. Does she try to play a little bit off the plate, see if she can get a chase or some bad contact, or does she throw something in the zone and be aggressive for strike 3?
Ooh. Asking for an appeal, not going to get it. So run the count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's even a smart appeal by Cal behind the plate there.
That ball's hit to first. Taking it herself is Hughes for out number 2. That's a tough play. That was a very heavy ball coming off the bat. Hughes does a nice job of fielding it and taking it herself.
Yeah, Hughes had to make that decision real quick if she was going to field it herself and she can get to the bag. And you can see a little bit of hesitation there as that ball come off the bat, that little stutter step. She's trying to decide if that was going to be enough, but the infield, still a little moisture in the dirt there, so the ball is going to die a little bit quicker on that dirt rather than take a hop with speed, so she knew she had to go get it there, or else it probably wouldn't even make the Conley at second base.
There's sophomore Madison Miller out of Jefferson, Georgia, and Jackson County High School, 167 on the season. She does have a double and an RBI to her name.
And showing bunt with the slow infield, they're going to bring Dobbins in from right field as an extra infielder.
She made 38 appearances as a freshman, starting 36 games. She's She's got some wheels, so you got to be careful. She does try and put down that bunt. You mentioned the moisture on the infield.
And that's Eileen Morales seeing it all.
It doesn't matter. Strikes out. Chandler Dennis goes 1-2-3 here in the second. And the Jackets continue to lead 3-2 on the ACC Network Extra. Fans enjoying this one as Georgia Tech has a 3-2 lead over Kennesaw State, crosstown rival. And here's Eileen Morales, one of the most directly rated student athletes here at Georgia Tech, was the 2005 ACC Freshman of the Year. Done a great job with this program, turning it around and putting this team in position for an NCAA tournament appearance each year. And she just brings good attitude, good energy to the field.
Yeah, good energy, good attitude, positive vibes, and a passion for this program. And even things like bringing the right fielder in to play an extra infield position. That's huge. There's nothing she hasn't seen given her decorated and storied career.
Here is Jen Soleo leading things off. Soleo on the season right at the Mendoza line, 200. Has 4 hits and 3 RBIs. 2-0 count, and it's going to get away from the catcher. Looked like she was crossed up, was Deputy.
Soleo creates an interesting predicament for defenders. You want to start walking in, especially on the corners, first and third base, to defend against the bunt. But you almost have to walk in middle infield as well, because she has the ability, if you create a giant hole for her, to be able to swing away and be able to get a base hit. And you ultimately, you don't want to throw anything that she can get a good enough potential bunt on that she can bunt it for a double. So you end up trying to nibble around the zone and end up walking a player like Jen Soleo.
So Soleo at first base. 2 for 2 on the base paths this year. Back to the top of the order. Here's Paige Vukadinovich. Takes ball 1. Vukadinovich, 259, the freshman. You know, some players come in, they just kind of look like freshmen. She hasn't looked like a freshman at all this year. She's just got great confidence.
Adjusted well.
Yep, adjusted very well. Throw down to second base as Soleo's trying to steal, and they're going to get her. Great throw by Deputy, the freshman, erasing Soleo from the base paths.
Yeah, good job by Deputy. It was a tough pitch. As we take a look there, great throw. Great job by Hardiman to get out in front of the bag and then reach back for the tag.
So 2-0 to Vukadinovich with nobody on, and that ball is going to sail high. 3 balls, no strikes.
And for Soleo, running on that pitch, you want to run on a ball because those are tougher to handle, but the way the ball was, it was able for the right gloved catcher to be able to pop out because it was a lefty hitter to make that throw easier for her.
Back-to-back walks as Vukadinovich will head down to first. And here's Emma Kauf, singled back in the first inning, stole a base, came around to score. The accolades continued for Kauf last year, 2022 NFCA Southeast Second Team All-Region. Mentioned her ACC first team selection. Led the ACC in doubles with 25, with hits with 71, was third in the ACC in total bases with 118. Had 22 multi-hit games. Started 45 games as a catcher. Gosh, you got to respect that. Takes a first pitch strike.
And the late in the count confidence for Emma as well is really big, and it's great for this team. A player who is still comfortable with 2 strikes on her as she is when the count's 2-0.
Kite misses up and away. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and a runner on. Vukadinovich looked like she was taken off, and that one goes up the first base line, but foul, but not by much.
No, not by much at all. And he got down there quick. Take a replay.
Wow.
You see
it's closer than I thought.
Yeah, first base umpire defer to the home plate umpire, get the better look at the ball as it's tailing away or into the first base umpire. You defer to home plate.
And Kauf will take it off her outside leg, and runners will be at first and second. This is where that base runner getting erased looms large.
Your designated player, number 18, Sarah Allen.
For Kennesaw State, I think now we're 2 on, 1 out. You can be as aggressive as you want on the base pass here with Sarah Beth Allen, knowing that the MO is to try to stay inside or away to Sarah Beth Allen.
Yeah, they do stay away from Allen. She's got 5 hits on the season, 3 of them are home runs.
It's going to be a tough throw for Deputy to get the lead runner with a right-handed batter in the box. So anything that's away is the ideal pitch to run on because her body's going to be leaning towards left-handed batter's box.
They come in, tag third on the first. And just like that, a double play ends the Jackets' threat. Perfectly hit ball for the double play for Kennesaw State. As we head to the top of the third, the Jackets can't take advantage of a couple walks. They still. Buzz is in the house, giving autographs to the fans who stayed, and it's an absolute beautiful evening here in Midtown. Overcast, but the temperature is great. The rain has disappeared. And if you're a Jacket fan, you're leading 3-2. And the daffodils are out. Is that a daffodil?
Sure, yeah.
I'm almost positive it is. Bob?
I'm not a botanist.
Daffodil? Yeah. I didn't think botanist would be brought up tonight, but there you go. Here's Hardiman for Kennesaw State, leading things off for the Owls. Ty Hardiman, the sophomore, 2-11 on the season. Started all 8 games for the Owls, and that's going to roll foul for strike 2.
Jason, 3-run score. A lot of that has come from getting on and getting over.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Hardiman. That's strikeout number 3 for Dennis.
Yeah, and Chandler Dennis low and away there. Just when you attack the zone, get up in the count, 0-2, you can be aggressive there, go down and away. That's even if Hardiman would have made contact, nothing really can happen of it. And for Hardiman, that's her 10th strikeout of the year, so you know the hitter that you're facing, a little bit free swing, especially with 2 strikes as well.
Back to the top of the order, and a bunt attempt by Faith Alexander goes foul. Alexander mentioned out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, graduate student. Started 43 games last year for the Owls. Finished 53rd in the country in the toughest to strikeout category. Had a 314 last year at the top of this Owls order. Fouls that one off. She struck out back in the first.
And even that pitch shows why she's so tough to strike out. Just because she has that motion in the box that takes her away from those outside pitches, but she's still able to get batted on ball to foul it away. If that's hit in play, she doesn't really do anything with it, so fouling it away is the best result for her.
Third base going to be played by Black, and she fires it over to first base. Out number 2.
Good job by Black over there at third.
Had to be very decisive on that ball.
Yeah,
she was.
You can't get caught in between. Take a look here. See that motion brings her away. Close to dragging that foot outside of the batter's box was Alexander. But Black, one fluid motion, getting the ball across for the out.
Here's Taylor Katz. Or Cates, rather. Going to be lined to Black and out number 3, just like that. Route number 2.
Alexander was back in the box. I guess they
oh, you know what? You're exactly right.
called a illegal pitch there, so Alexander gets one more pitch there and able to line it to Black, and Black still gets her put out anyway.
Here's Taylor Cates.
Goes from a 5-3 to an L5.
Yep, she'll take it. And this is Stella Henry, the freshman.
The toughest thing for the Owls, you got 2 in the first inning on 1 hitting a walk. It's taken seemingly a long time to flip the lineup back over because that's all the action you've gotten if you're Kennesaw State.
That one's grounded. Black. See if they're going to make that one count. They do. So that's 5-3 in the book. Black getting it done. Dennis has her 3rd strikeout. Buzz getting down here as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning with the Jackets leading 3-2. Mallory Black will lead things off for Georgia Tech. What an inning she had in the field. Georgia Tech's one of the best teams in the nation in fielding right now, and it's because of the players in the hot corner like Mallory Black. She had 3 opportunities there and didn't miss any of them. Had that line out and then the ground out. Strong throw to first and a strong arm. She bats here up 3-2, sporting a .292 batting average. She was hit by a pitch back in the first. Got to have those players, though, that just are consistently good at the corner.
Yeah, somebody that you can just pencil in there and not have to worry about them defensively and at a pivotal position in the softball field.
She's also got some pop in her bat with 3 home runs on the season. And chases that one. Lindsay Kite has her first strikeout of the afternoon. Getting Black to chase. Here's Conley.
And credit to both these starting pitchers, Kite and Dennis, for settling down after huge first innings. Especially last inning for Kite. Put herself in a little bit of trouble. It took a caught stealing and then a double play. Had some traffic on the base pass, but able to get out of it unscathed. We'll see if she can continue.
Swing and a miss. Swung right over it. Conley, .250 on the season. Looking for an 8th hit. She's going to ground it right back to Kite. Out number 2.
I think the conversation in the Kennesaw State dugout with Lindsay Kite was be aggressive, attack zone. As there are more pitches thrown to an at-bat, it's not going Kite's way. That's where the walks come in. So attack early. Try to get the hitter out before 3-4 pitches, because as you start going 5-6 pitches, that's walk territory for her.
That's going to be a single through the 6 hole for Madison Dobbins. So Jacket base runner. The first pitch, when they make contact, they're making good contact.
Yeah, and that's where you saw the change in approach from Kite, being aggressive, making sure those counts stay low. You know pitch number 1 is going to be something in or about the zone, and good job by Madison Dobbins just to go with it. Almost every one of the Kennesaw State hits have come in between shortstop and third base.
Here's Abby Hughes, had her first hit. In 2023, back in the first, drove in 2 runs. Runner goes, and that ball's lifted towards center field, but not very deep. And just shy of the warning track, the catch is made by Henry. So nothing doing for the Jackets. The score remains 3-2 as we head to the top of the fourth here on the ACC Network Extra. Stunning evening here in Atlanta as Georgia Tech leads 3-2 over Kennesaw State. The Owls out of the A-Sun picked to finish second behind Liberty. This is a team that went 23-28 last year. Only lost one starter, returning 8. They've got 5 newcomers, including a couple transfers. And they're hanging with the Jackets here in this midweek game on the ACC Network. Coach McKay's got to be pretty happy with his squad, although jumping out to a 2-0 lead. The Jackets responded. Now you got the middle of the order. Taylor Cates, 2023 A-Sun preseason all-conference selection for her 3rd time in a row.
Interested to see how Chandler Dennis navigates this part of the order. This is the part that did the damage. A walk to Cates in the first inning, followed by the Brenia Bailey home run, has been the damage for the Owls.
She's the active leader in home runs for Kennesaw State, as well as the active leader in hits and RBIs. Got a 1-1 count here. Lead things off here in the top of the fourth. Nathan McCrary, Brandon Joseph. Off speed, hangs outside, ball 2.
They want to see if you can get Cates to chase one. Cates only 3 strikeouts on the season. She does more walking than striking out. 9 walks, 3 strikeouts.
That ball's lifted out towards right and put away for out number 1. Here's Brenia Bailey coming to the plate. She belted that 2-run home run in the first, and it was a no-doubter over left field fence.
Yeah, this first pitch for Chandler Dennis is going to be a fun one to see coming up, because if you're Brenia Bailey, do you approach it that she's going to want to establish a strike and try to get ahead of the count? So this pitch is going to be appetizing. Or if you're Chandler Dennis, do you think that she's going to be aggressive here to try to get on base and you can throw something away and get her to chase? That one middle low.
Yeah, I was going to say, she stays down in the zone, which is ideally where you want it. First home run of the season for Brenia Bailey, the senior. That one stays away, 2-0.
Now she wanted to go away on that one, seeing how aggressive Brenia Bailey wanted to be in that left-handed batter's box. Also got to be careful coming in on her. She's been hit by a pitch twice this season.
Boink, you called it. Came inside and spun Bailey around, and she'll head down to first.
Yeah, you know you have to go inside because you can't just live away. And the ball just sailed. We can get a pinch runner for Brenia Bailey.
Mary Greg Anderson will run over at first.
It's always interesting to see when a coach decides to go to the pinch runner bag or tries to do something to spark an offense. Top of the fourth inning, you get the vibe here that with 1 out for Kennesaw State, given the struggles that they've had in the middle to bottom part of their order seemingly against Dennis so far, Trip McKay views this as the best opportunity to try to get something going here, even though there's already 1 out.
Here's Kiara Cooper. Cooper grounded to second to end the first inning. She's got some pop. Had 5 home runs last season. Runner goes, and it's going to be lifted out to right field and put away. Runner's got to hustle back, and she'll be doubled off. So the hit and run does not pay off for Kennesaw State. Their base runners erased. And the Jackets maintain the 3. The Yellow Jackets lead 3-2 over Kennesaw State Owls here in this non-conference matchup. Georgia Tech picked 6th in the preseason poll. You see the top 10 there. We talked about this weekend, how difficult the ACC is. Florida State, Virginia Tech, Clemson, Duke, Notre Dame, and Georgia Tech, Louisville. You're getting into those top-tier teams in the nation that are almost shoo-ins for the College World Series. And then you got teams like Notre Dame, Georgia Tech, Louisville going to be fighting to get into that top tier.
Yeah, these are definitely, just about all 10 on there have the definite ability to make it regional. The top 4 you're looking at probably ended up hosting a regional, and then the next grouping of 4 are teams that are expected to, be in contention in the regional, to be playing to win the region, even though they're not going to be probably hosting that said regional.
Here's Auburn Dupree, had a single back in the first, but she was stranded as the runner was thrown out at home. She'll foul it there at the plate, 0-2. Dupree had a heck of a weekend, banging into the wall in that Saturday afternoon game. She's got guts, man, I'm telling you.
She roams center field with a prowess that it is her territory.
Yeah.
And there are going to be no free lunches out there, and even if she's got to go potentially through a wall to make a play, she will. She's possessive over that grass in center field.
1 ball, 2 strikes, swing and a miss. First out here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, pitcher's low, just dropped right on Auburn Dupree.
All right, here's Jen Saleo. Walk back in the 2nd, was caught stealing. One out, Jackets lead 3-2. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That one's low.
And Saleo being a lefty, not so much worried about Cates charging in. Cates is trying to do a favor there to be the one that fields it. What she's trying to do is bunt it in between first base and the pitching circle and try to beat it out with her legs.
She watches that one. 3-0.
It's probably a take count for Saleo.
She squares the bunt and will take it for a strike. Now you got the corners coming in.
Saleo this past weekend, a couple times when the corners were coming in, she was able to hit past the corner to get a true single.
Back-to-back strike, runs the count full. Nicely done by Kite.
Yeah, Kite did a good job of getting that pitch away.
She's had a good, confident demeanor in the circle today, despite trailing this one since the bottom of the 1st, giving up 3 runs there.
Yeah, she's really been great with nobody on base.
Yeah.
It's when runners get on, that's when I think Kennesaw State is worried a little bit too much about Georgia Tech taking bases. So that gets called on strike 3. That almost consumes a pitcher like Kite, where she's more worried about the traffic than she is about executing her pitches. We take a look at that pitch to Saleo. Yep, great job also by Deputy there. Had to drop the glove to catch it, but brought it right back up real quick. Left no doubt.
So Vukadinovich stands in, flied out and walked. Bats here in the fourth with 2 outs. Back-to-back strikeouts for Kite. Good change of speeds, but it tails outside the zone.
To count, we've seen this with Kites before. She's used this as the get-over pitch here. If Vukadinovich, do you try to jump on one here?
She slaps it, it's going to get through. So a single for Vukadinovich. You mentioned how good Kite was with runners not on base. She's got a battery of hitters right here for Georgia Tech that if they get something started, it could be pretty tough. Zema Kauf will stand in, singled in the first, hit by a pitch back in the second. Came around to score in that first inning.
Yeah, I think we're going to find when we saw Jen Saleo on second base with someone like Emma Kauf, a left-handed hitter, it's going to be tough to try to get a good enough lead for Vukadinovich to really get a jump there and try to take second base, just because it's going to be a clear path from glove to hand for the left-handed catcher.
That one's taken for a ball. 2-0.
For Kite, you've been hit a lot on this 2-0 pitch because you have been using it to try to avoid 3-0. You may want to throw something that's borderline, hope it's a take scenario there, and you get the call.
Ooh. Gets a strike call that looked down and in.
But that was the exact pitch she needed to throw. She needed to throw something where a hitter is more likely to take it, but have it be called for a strike.
Perfect location. See if she tries to go back there. She does, and it's launched. Get out of here. Emma Kauf has homered, and the Jackets extend their lead 5-2. That was a bomb.
Yeah, went to the well a little bit too much on a professional hitter like Emma Kauf. It worked before because she got that inside, missed out over the plate, and that baseball will be missed as it is deposited over the right field wall.
And you're not done. We talked about the battery here for 2, 3, and 4 with Kauf, Allen, and Black. Bases clear, but Allen is a tough out as she takes a strike.
Yeah, here's another player that if you miss, we will see another deposit over the wall, and that's why there's no bones about it. She's not going to miss middle in on Sarah Beth Allen. She's missed that in the other batter's box.
That first pitch was a ball, so it's 2-0 to Allen. Designated player, singled in the first. Into a double play in the second. So the first 2 batters, Dupree and Saleo, were struck out by Kite. So the 2-out hitting with a single by Vukadinovich and a home run by Kauf has extended this inning for the Jackets, and that's what good teams do, don't they?
They force you to pitch through the whole lineup. I mean, even though Dupree and Saleo struck out, both of them have already been on base in a different fashion. Dupree with a single in the first, Saleo taking a walk in the second inning. There's no breath spot for Kite right now.
And they're going to stay away from Allen and put her on.
So even when you get to 2 outs, you know you have some good at-bats coming up against you, and you still got to execute those pitches.
Here's Mallory Black. Was hit by a pitch in the first, struck out in the third. Batting average now .280 on the season. And the runner goes. Throw down is in time. And Allen is thrown out, so Black will lead things off in the bottom of the 5th. But for the time being, Emma Cow has put Georgia Tech up 5-2 over Kennesaw State with that launch. Chandler Dennis will be pitching with a 5-2 lead, and she's been very effective on the mound so far. 4 innings, giving up just 1 hit, 2 runs, both earned. It was the home run by Bailey for the Owls, and 3 strikeouts for Dennis to just 1 walk, facing 14 batters so far. Chandler Dennis has done a good job here for Georgia Tech. Want to keep the Owls fighting from behind here, as Deputy will lead things off for Kennesaw State.
Yeah, after walking the first inning to Cates, it was 1 bad pitch to Brenia Bailey. Gave up the home run and has been shut down since.
Deputy popped out in the 2nd. Pitch down. You know, I'm a names guy. Deputy, pretty solid. Stacy Deputy.
Instantaneous respect.
Yep. Delaware product. It's looks like Houston, but now because we're in Georgia, I'm scared it's Houston. 2 balls, 1 strike to Deputy. Ooh.
That pitch just ran in.
3-1. Yep.
Deputy, who's already been hit by 3 pitches this season, so.
3-1 pitch, Dennis, and ball 4. Not what you wanted.
No, for Chandler Dennis, this is about the spot where we saw this past weekend, about 60 or so pitches in, where command starts to go away, starts putting runners on, and potentially creating a situation where the offense can get some runs going. So I think it'll be quick before we get a conversation. If this batter gets on, we'll get a mound visit from Marty McDaniel. Already looking down in the Georgia Tech bullpen. It looks like Kinsey Norton's getting loose down there.
That one fouled off, almost hitting her teammate Madison in the on-deck circle. Galloway grounded to the first base back in the 2nd. Gonna watch that one go by. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out, runner on.
And if you're Deputy, that was probably the pitch you should have gone on. Pitch was low and away for Koff. Koff would have had to scoop and make the throw down to second.
Fought off. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
This is going to be a confidence sequence here for Chandler Dennis. Get this out here. Expect her to be more aggressive than what we've seen with her with 2 strikes after the first couple innings.
So she comes back with that fastball. She does. Grounded on to first. Conley just had 1 play. So advance the runner to second and Deputy.
It's always a tough play because the ball's coming at you. You have the runner crossing your face. You got to get to the ball quickly and be decisive with where you want to go, and not a hesitation at all from Conley, realizing by the time she got to that ball was dying out on the dirt. She knew she had to go over to first.
Miller struck out back in the 2nd inning to end said inning. Bats with the runner in scoring position here. Squares to bunt and takes it for a ball.
It helps that it was a 3-run lead now as opposed to 1, because then you're trying to make those decisions real quick. You know you have a 3-run lead. You just want to get 1 out. You don't necessarily have to worry about getting the lead runner. The bunt here opens up a huge lead at second base because the Yellow Jackets have shown that they're going to pull the wheel play, have the corners dive into field the bunt, have middle infield go, and cover the bag. So if you're taking that lead, if you're deputy at second base, you can go as far as you feel comfortable with because there's nobody going to hold you on second base.
Coach McDaniel out to have a word with Chandler Dennis. She's been cruising.
And there's no better pitching coach in the ACC or in collegiate softball than Marty McDaniel. Very accomplished in his 3rd season here at Georgia Tech.
Great resume. Said he liked what Eileen Morales was building here when he accepted the job. Bunt, Black on to first. So runner advances to third base, but there are 2 outs.
So Trip McKay playing small ball just to try to get 1 back here, which if you didn't allow 2 in the bottom half of the 4th is great because you're trying to tie the game.
Here's sophomore Ty Hardiman.
But also doing that because the bottom of the order hasn't really put up great full at-bats against Chandler Dennis.
First pitch down.
So if you're McKay, you view this as an opportunity for a middle to bottom of the order that hasn't gotten a hit all game to try to contribute and steal a run that way as you get to the top of the order, maybe for one last time.
Slapped. Conley has to hurry and does, on to Hughes for out number 3. So that'll do it for Kennesaw State. Georgia Tech maintains a 5-2 lead as we head to the bottom half. We're stretching. New pitcher for Kennesaw State is Kenley Hillary, a freshman out of Decatur, Alabama. Last pitch this weekend against Troy, Brandon.
Yeah, young pitcher, only 8 innings pitched, 0-1 the season, a 1.75 ERA, allowing 10 hits. Opponent average 303 against the freshman, 6 runs, only 3 of them earned, sporting 4 walks against 6 strikeouts for the Owls. And you take a look at Lindsey Kite. Her night ends after 4 innings of 6-hit softball with 5 runs, all of them earned, walking 4 Yellow Jackets and striking out 3 along the way.
You have a pinch hitter. Here's Ella Edgman. Sophomore will bat here for Mallory Black. And first pitch in there. Last outing for Hillary, 3 1/3. Gave up 5 runs, only 2 earned, however, but 3 doubles given up in that game. Edgman 091 on the season. Squares. I'll tell you, Hillary's got a fastball now. It's got some movement on it. 1 ball, 1 strike to Edgman. See her numbers last year. That's going to be in the air and caught. Cates with the hustle.
Great recognition by Cates over there at third. And you mentioned the power from Hillary. Hillary throws a fastball, gets under it, does. Ella Edgman pops it up, and Cates full extension. You can see Edgman looking back as she leaves the batter's box, knowing that she didn't make the good type of contact on that bunt attempt, got under it and skied it.
Grace Conley will stand in. Flied out in the first, grounded back to the pitcher in the third. 5-2 our score here in the 5th. That ball's lifted, but not far enough as Cooper there to put it out for out number 2.
Yeah, the thing is, when you have a power pitcher like Hillary, if she leaves that ball up, it doesn't take much to reverse it and to put it out in the outfield. And if you elevate the ball, good things happen. Not the best of contact from Grace Conley, but we saw how far that flew.
All right, here's Dobbins, way behind that pitch. That one's taken high.
Yeah, a young pitcher like Hillary, it seems she only has 2 speeds, fast and slow right now. Something that will develop in her game. And as it stands right now, it's only her. She's the only freshman here. Everybody else in this pitching staff are seniors.
Yeah.
So she is the future as it stands right now for the Kennesaw State Owls. So Trip McKay, Crystal Hampton, the pitching assistant coach, are investing a lot into this young player.
Yeah, brought in 5 freshmen, Deputy Fuller, Henry, Hillary, and Rouliard. Swing and a miss. So that'll do it for Georgia Tech. Kennesaw State has a clean inning. We head to the top of the 6th. The Owls trail the Jackets. We're in the top of the 6th. Georgia Tech leads 5-2 as the Kennesaw State Owls. Bailey homering to left field to start things off as a 2-0 score for the Owls. But Sarah Beth Allen singled down the line, scoring Emma Kauf, and then Abby Hughes singled through the left side, 2 RBIs. And then Emma Kauf with the long ball to right field, 2 RBIs. And that puts the Jackets up 5-2. That's where we stand. And Chandler Dennis still in the circle for Georgia Tech, trying to keep the Jackets ahead of the Owls and hopefully even up their record at 5-5. They can pick up a win tonight. Facing the top of the order and Faith Alexander. It's going to be a tough play down the third base line as Dobbins playing third now. Vukadinovich moves from left to right and Edgman stays in the outfield. And flashing the wheels is Alexander.
Yeah, and Dobbins, who spent all game out in right field, now moving over third base. The warm-up was the first time she's taken balls off of the dirt. And we talked about a little bit more moisture because of the rain earlier, moisture in the air. Ball doesn't move as quick once it hits the dirt. Good job by Faith Alexander, who has the speed anyway, to beat one out, to put one down and force a tough play.
Here's Stella Henry.
And Alexander 3 for 3, so you know that steal is more than likely coming for the Owls.
See how aggressive they may be here with nobody out. And Speedster at first. There she goes. Throw down. It was a ball that was high and looked like Kauf may have had some problems getting it transitioned and throwing down to second. So 4 for 4 now for Alexander.
Yeah, pitch was high. Kauf had to reach up to get it. Still made a great throw. But the hop to Soleo to get out of the tag radius. Soleo had to pull it back down and ended up tagging Alexander high.
Henry's grounded out twice.
Now if you're Dennis, it's all about throwing strikes here.
That's right.
Henry's willing to give herself up to get Alexander over a third. With a 3-run lead, you'll trade the out for the advancement.
3-1. Jackets hit the road to North Carolina after this contest. The Queen City Classic. Strike 2.
Good job by Chandler Dennis, basically telling Stella Henry, if you want to bunt and give yourself up on a 3-ball count, go ahead. Taking 3-0, for the strike. 3-1, pitch in a similar location. Almost testing the conviction of the hitter and the opposing team.
Got a bat on it. Stays alive, 3-2.
And now it flips for Henry because she came up there with the initial approach of runner has to be at second before my at-bat's done, or at the conclusion of my at-bat. Runner's at second now at the start of her at-bat. Runner has to be at third for us to manufacture this run and to start cutting back in. So she came up there with the bunt and moved the runner over approach.
She's gonna slap it and played perfectly out and left. They had him set up shallow.
Eileen Morales, there's not something she hasn't seen. And Ella Edgman played perfectly as she was playing in anyway on Henry.
She had a little jig out there for making the play, as you're gonna have Coach McDaniel coming back out and have a word with the runner still in scoring position, just one out now.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see the change in Chandler Dennis being lifted.
Yep, you will have a pitching change. As it's going to be Norton coming in. We'll tell you all about her when we return as Chandler Dennis checks out of this ball game with a 5-2 lead, runner at second with just one out. Kenzie Norton is your new pitcher, the 6'2 sophomore out of Woodstock, Georgia in Etowah High School. Seen action last year in 3 games. Already seen 6 appearances this season, Brandon.
Yeah, past weekend in the ACC Big Ten Challenge. 1 start, 1 save, and 7 2/3 inning pitch, giving up 5 runs. All of them earned. Walked 3, but struck out 7, including 4 in a contest against Illinois, which matched her career high.
She faces a tough out in Cates. Taylor Cates has walked and flied out. And runner at second.
Norton uses that length to get a lot of whip on that ball. You see how it comes out and it just shoots. When she wants it to, it will shoot away from a right-handed hitter, and that's what they want to use against Taylor Cates right here.
Runner on, 1 out. 1-1 pitch. Good frame up by Emma Kauf. 1-2. You did not want to fall behind this tough hitter.
Especially with Brenia Bailey on deck, who could potentially be the tying run.
Sophomore delivers. Up and away. 2-2.
Dennis on the night, 5 1/3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. Responsible for the runner on second base, already allowing 2 runs.
Comes in, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Cates.
I don't think this will be a nibble pitch. I think this will be thrown for a strike, and she will try to get it right past the bat of Cates.
And ball 4.
Missed it low, and you can see the body language of Kenzie Norton. She wanted to get that. That was the one struggle from the ACC Big Ten Challenge weekend. She was throwing good pitches, but they were missing more high-low.
Yeah.
Especially low in the zone. There would have been strikes. They would just have been a little bit higher up.
Brenia Bailey had a 2-run home run in the first. She's got the tying run and herself at home plate here.
First pitch strike. Now Kenzie Norton will be able to use that whipping motion to get the ball in on the left-handed hitter, which will make it tough for Brenia Bailey to apply power to it.
Down and away, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Again, the around zone accuracy for Kenzie Norton. If that pitch is a little bit up, Brenia Bailey swinging at it, because out of the hand it looks like the same pitch that's going to run inside.
That one gets away from her. 2 balls, 1 strike.
It's almost the overthrowing.
With runners in scoring position, Bailey's hitting 100. That's up the first base line, but foul by about a foot.
And for Kenzie Norton, the almost is terrifying. That was almost down the line. Probably, if that stays fair, 1 if not 2 score.
Yeah, 2 very good runners on the base paths for Kennesaw State.
But you got the strike there, and that's huge too. You can immediately go to that 2-strike pitch. Whatever it was going to be called from the dugout, you can immediately get there now. And I'm thinking it's going to be something that tries to get in on the hands of Brenai Bailey.
2-2. Oh, right back at Norton. She has to slap it. And I believe she got her glove on it and protected herself, but that was a shocking line drive right back to the pitcher.
Yeah, Norton, we take a look here. Great job of finishing in an athletic position. That's what they'll tell you. Put yourself in an athletic position. And she made her best effort. That ball caught her, but she made her best effort to try to catch that ball.
She's probably mad she didn't catch
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that came right back at her, and she got a glove on it. You know what they say. So bases are loaded, 1 out. Here's Cooper. Kiera Cooper leads this team in hits. Takes a good pitch and a good location. Strike 1.
Just like that foul ball from Brenai Bailey. It's not terrible. Bases are loaded. The tying run's over at first base. The potential leading run is at the plate, but you create a scenario now that the ball's hit anywhere in the infield. You're willing to trade the out for the run, so it's the most convenient base. And it goes back to Norton. She can easily pitch it home to Koff, get 1 there. It almost creates a scenario where it may be easier to get out the inning.
1-1. That one almost gets to the backstop. Nice job by Emma Kauf coming out from her squat to save that one. No place to put her. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Great pitch by Norton.
It's strikeout t-shirt time.
Yeah, climbing the ladder on Kiera Cooper to get strike 3.
Catcher number 30, Stacy Dickey.
And now you find yourself in that part of the lineup if you're Trip McKay. The good and the bad. The good part is you ran through the heart of your order, the most productive part of your order, and they load the bases. The bad is you're now at the part of the lineup that hasn't been able to do much as 1 gets away.
Well, 1's going to score easily on the wild pitch. We saw some of those pitches saved by Emma Kauf. That one couldn't be, so a run scores for the Owls.
Yeah, just like the hop right in front. The way you have to operate that if you are Kenzie Norton is, even though you struck out Kiera Cooper, you trade an out for a run.
South Paulding High School is where Deputy hails from, the freshman. In a big spot here with runners at 2nd and 3rd. Owls trailing by 2. Go-ahead run is at home plate. 1-1. Grounded. Dobbins on to first. Sharp play by the replacement third baseman, Dobbins, and that'll end Kennesaw State's threat. But 1 run does come across. 5-3. Absolutely stunning evening as the sun's setting. Georgia Tech leads Kennesaw State 5-3 here from Mewborn Field. Hillary still in the circle.
I've been to a lot of ACC campuses.
Yeah.
The views from the sporting venues here at the Georgia Tech campus, unmatched.
Absolutely.
Unparalleled. You can't touch it.
We're lucky enough to be here as the bottom of the order for Georgia Tech will bat. Hughes, Dupree, and Saleo. 7, 8, 9 scheduled to hit. Here's Hughes. First hit of the season back in the first, flied out in the third. Faces Hillary here. First pitch strike.
I think we'll see more of what we saw last inning from the freshman Hillary. A lot of tempo.
And that ball was hung and sent out to center field. Just not enough under it. Out number 1.
There are some what we call contact pitchers, and Hillary's showing out to be one of them. The relatively high batting average early in her collegiate career. A couple of hard outs here. One to right field, Grace Conley when she came in the 5th inning, and then now here to Abby Hughes. She's a hold your breath pitcher.
First pitch fouled off. And Morales, she still got it.
If she wants to make that play and see if she can throw it down the first. And Marty McDaniel's trying to, yeah, you would have had her. Made the throw, you would have had her.
Auburn Dupree takes ball high. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
Interesting to see here for the Georgia Tech half inning, top of the 7th, if Norton comes back out.
And that was fought off into left field and dropped for a hit.
Yeah, good job inside out, just almost fighting the pitch and pushing it away. Infield in. Take a look, just get those wrists in, fight the pitch away, and dump it right in front of the left fielder, Miller. I think if the Yellow Jackets are able to get a run here, you'll send Norton back out.
Here's Saleo, runner on, 1 out. First pitch strike by Hillary. She's going to square and pop it up. And the runner's going to be doubled off first. Too many double plays for both these teams have ended opportunities. Tech has one there, wiped away. We head to the 7th, 5-3. Quick game summary here in the top of the 7th, 5-3. Georgia Tech leads Kennesaw State. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Owls. 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Georgia Tech. See, Kite started this one. 4 innings, 5 earned runs. 2 of 3 Jacket runners caught stealing. And Renaya Bailey, 2 for 2 with a home run. And then Georgia Tech, Chandler Dennis did a great job. The bats were alive in the 1st inning, in the 4th inning, and then a big home run by Kauf in that 4th inning. As Galloway faces Norton here, top of the 7th rather.
Yeah, I wondered if Norton would come back. I think that inning ended very quickly. So it was sitting back out Kenzie Norton.
Swing and a miss. Good movement on the pitch by Norton. 0-2.
And this is a bottom of the order for Kennesaw State that has struggled in this game. The 7, 8, 9 hitters have not gotten a hit, have trouble reaching base.
Mentioned Georgia Tech goes to North Carolina after this one. It's off to Tuscaloosa, Alabama for Kennesaw State in the Bama Bash tournament. One ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Kennesaw State and Georgia Tech. Mentioned 21 miles separate these two teams, but it takes about 4.5 hours to get from Kennesaw to downtown Atlanta recently. Because I-75 traffic is nuts.
Yeah, Kennesaw State may want to entertain driving to Hartsfield-Jackson, which is the local airport here in Atlanta, flying up to Chattanooga, and then driving back to Kennesaw, which Chattanooga is about an hour from Kennesaw, so maybe quicker.
6-1, half dozen the other. 1-2. Sent to center field, but playable. At the wall, Dupree runs it down. So Galloway gave it a ride. That'll bring up Miller with one away.
Yeah, good piece of hitting by Bella Galloway.
And you're going to get a pinch hitter for the Owls, as it's going to be Cassidy Emerson Fox, a sophomore, will stand in. Wearing the double op.
Yeah, she's looking for her first hit of the season. 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts in 4 games played.
She's going to bounce it up the first base line. Way behind the pitch.
I got another one. Well, no, I just said that he was little.
And for Kenzie Norton, you're getting signaled in from the dugout to be aggressive here, throw some strikes. You have a young hitter, only a sophomore, so looking for her first hit. She's going to be very aggressive. Especially now that you're up 2-0. You don't necessarily have to be close.
Nothing in 2 to Emerson Fox. Swing and a miss. 2 away.
Let's get ready for T-shirts.
Yeah, just a power pitch there. Again, young hitter. Kept it low.
Here's Hardiman. Owls' last chance to extend the game. Norton. Ball 1.
You don't want to rest here if you're Kenzie Norton. 9-hole hitter Alexander Henry Cates and Bailey are the bats up for the Owls if this inning continues. So they're the ones that have done some damage for Kennesaw State. So.
Two and 0. There's a get it over pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike to Hardiman. Hardiman struck out back in the 3rd inning, grounded out in the 5th. Swing and a miss, evens it up 2-2.
Yeah, that was going to be what Hardiman felt was going to be the best pitch. So now, in the ever-existing battle between pitcher and hitter, as Hardiman steps out, she's trying to run through the scenario in her head. Does Norton want to throw a strike here? Does Norton want to throw something close, see if she can get a call strike or a swing?
Swing and a miss, and that'll do it for Kennesaw State. And Georgia Tech picks up their 5th win of the season. They even up their season record of 5-5, Brandon.
For Kennesaw State, big win for them after a ACC Big Ten Challenge where they went 1-3. They wanted to rebound. They're going to go in with a lot of confidence as they head up 85 to Charlotte to play in the Queen's Classic Tournament.
Well, it was Kennesaw State who jumped on top, but it's Georgia Tech who finishes it 5-3. Big hits for Kauf, Allen. They keep showing up for Georgia Tech. And Chandler Dennis, tip of the cap to her, and Norton in the circle as the Jackets pick up a big win. They're now 5-5 on the season. For Brandon Joseph, I'm Nathan McCrary. We say so long here from Georgia Tech as the Jackets defeat the Owls.